Welcome everybody, Ryan here with the Von Scheller Family Experience. We're going to be talking about our Greyhawk today, our JAYCO Greyhawk. We've had it now for about 6 months. We're going to talk about some of the features that we really like about it, why we chose the Greyhawk, and some things that we've done to it to just improve it a little bit, make it a little bit better, and some things that you can do yourself at home. One thing we really liked about the Greyhawk and why we chose it was the 7,500 pound towing. We tow a large trailer, loaded, it's about 6,500 pounds, and so we really needed that towing capacity. We have been more than impressed with the V10 engine in this thing. I've got some friends with Senecas, and I can keep up with this Seneca up steep grades, and he tows about the same amount of weight. He gets a little bit better gas mileage than I do, but diesel fuel is actually more expensive right now than gasoline, so it probably works out. But we've been very impressed towing a 27-foot, 6,500 pound loaded trailer. It's been doing great. I was a little hesitant about getting a gas motor. I was really looking for the diesel, but the diesels were just out of our price range, and so the Greyhawk really fit in our budget. We chose the 31 FS. We have 2 boys, and so we needed a bunk model, and the FS fit us perfect. The FSP we looked at, but we weren't crazy about the interior and the color and the design of the interior. We actually liked the interior design better on the FS. Also, we liked the entertainment center that's up over the cab versus the queen bed that they have up there in the window. We have 2 boys, so we really didn't need that extra bed. We like the entertainment center with the large screen TV up there much better. So that's one of the reasons we chose the FS. One of the things that we added was a 20-inch light bar to the front end of the motorhome. We come in at night a lot of times on camp spots that don't have good lighting. We camp on the beach, we camp in the desert, so we need to see the terrain when we're coming in to make sure that we get a good spot or we don't get stuck like you do at Pismo. So we did do a 20-inch light bar on this, and I did do a video on how to install that. You can check it out on our YouTube channel. I wasn't real happy with the exhaust tips. I know I'm just kind of particular about that stuff, but the exhaust tips on the engine exhaust and the exhaust tip on the generator, they both kind of were rusted up and just didn't look really good. So I used simple engine enamel or engine paint. It's rated for high temperature. You can paint your engine blocks with them, so they're rated to handle that heat. So that's what I used on touching up the exhaust tips on the generator and on the engine. Valve stems on dualies, they are a pain in the butt to get to. So right down in there, you can see I've got a little right angle valve stem. And up here, this one's extended out. It's a little kit, you can buy it from us. In the description below, it'll help you so you can check your tire pressure, air down, do whatever you need to do, a lot simpler than the factory ones. We purchased a 10,000 pound hitch. Because we're towing 7,500 pounds, we needed an adjustable hitch for all the things that we tow. This one's rated for 10,000 pounds. It's got both sides, 2 5/16, and a 2-inch ball for us. So in order to keep bugs and mud daubers, bees, and other things out, I installed these little screens over that portion, and then up in here you can see them. This little kit right here, I think they're only about 10 bucks. They're in the description below, but in order to keep bugs, bees, black widows, and other insects out, I installed those. Hopefully that'll protect them. Another person said to put mothballs in there as well, and that kind of helps. Since we go to Pismo all the time, we get stuck. It's just part of going Pismo. The first thing I did actually the day after I bought the RV was I had a tow hook welded on the front of it. There's no spot on the front of these to securely attach a tow strap to, so I had a tow hook welded onto the frame. A buddy of mine's got a muffler shop. You could go to a fabrication shop. You can go to anybody that's got a high-strength welder. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I got towed out. It took 2 trucks to get me towed out of being stuck at Pismo. It's just part of going Pismo. So if you plan on going out on the beach doing some camping, definitely recommend getting a tow hook mounted or welded onto the frame on the front of these. These are something we just added, were the mats for over the steps. They clip on really easy with just some spring clips underneath. You can find those in our description. Just click on the link and get them on Amazon. They work out really nice just for keeping the sand and dirt out of the motorhome. Going in and out of the motorhome with the screen door, you don't have to open this every single time to hit the lever, right? Well, you get this little kit right here and you just go like that. Pops right open. Easy install, just drill out a little hole, put it in. Makes going in and out much easier. Right inside the door we put a nice little key hook and basket. This is really nice just to hang your keys. Little knickknacks up in here. And if you notice, I've got it pop riveted on. Those work out really good. Pop riveting stuff to this panel. Screws, things like that don't hold real well. I got the idea from Paleo Hiker MD. He's got a lot of tips and tricks for your RV. It was a great idea. I thank him very much for it because we've used it quite a bit. In the kitchen cabinets we also put some little bins. Help keep the dishware and cups and everything from sliding around. Another must have just to keep everything organized and from falling all over the place going down the road. One thing that I use the storage behind the television for, this is typically where I keep all my electronics. So my GoPro, my camera, my drone, all of that stuff fits up really nice. I got a really good surge protector power strip, so that way I can have that plugged in, do all my charging up there for charging batteries. It's a good little hiding spot for all my electronics. One of my favorite couples on YouTube over at Keep Your Daydream gave us this idea, command strips. She uses command strips on everything. So we had some photos printed out and my wife just got done hanging those using command strips. So that way we can remove them, update them, change out the photos whenever we want. In the shower, I did add an Oxygenics shower head. Really easy to install and will cut down on water use but still maintain the pressure. It does have a nice on-off valve. If you don't have the Oxygenic head and you do want to do at least one thing, you don't want to get this. I think they're about $40. They're in the description if you want to purchase them directly on Amazon. But if you don't want to go for that, at least get an on-off valve. The motorhome doesn't come with that. It's a cheap part. It's easy to install. At least get an on-off switch. That way when you're taking showers, you can just turn it off and not have to turn the water off and reset your hot and cold. One thing we plan to do but haven't yet is on the inside of the bathroom door, we're going to put a full-length mirror right there using the command strips. It'll be nice to have a full-length mirror in the motorhome, so that's a great spot for it. We figured the inside of the door is better than the outside because if the kids are playing, they could have the ladder fall against it or something like that. We did add this barrier right here, so if the kids are up there and we're going down the road and I have to make a sharp turn or something like that, something happens, that'll hold them in, and our youngest can't fall off there if he's sleeping there. So we did add this. It's just left over from when they were little. We also put foam toppers on our kids' bunk beds. What we did is we bought just a queen size foam topper and cut it down the middle, and it fit perfect on the kids' bed, giving our boys a little more comfort. So just up on Amazon there, queen topper, cut it in half. Works real good. We're in the back of the coach now. The bed wasn't bad, but we did put a nice foam topper on it just to give a little bit more to it. So the foam topper did help out a lot. And of course we changed out the comforter that comes with them, things like that. It's kind of cheap. So we changed that out. The bed's not bad. It's a little on the shorter side for me, but it works out just fine. It can be made. There's a little bit of tight space on the other side, so it can be made pretty easily. Closet space is real nice. Plenty of closet space down below. Shoe basket and drawer down below as well. And then we've got our drawers right here. Plenty of drawers for all of us. And also more storage behind the TV and DVD player. In the bathroom we also put up
Nice little toothbrush holder, just used some double stickum tape for that. And this I actually pop riveted on because it is pretty heavy. It's just a magnetic strip, holds everything really nice there. I pop riveted that on. Great item just to hold fingernail clippers and other metal objects. These little trays are a must. One thing we noticed when we got it, you put stuff in here, it just went all over the place. So having the little trays, keep everything organized and from sliding all over the place.
Well, the Garmin Navigation. This thing has been tricky. It's kind of finicky. Sometimes it likes to work, sometimes it doesn't. I know I heard in the newer models, late 18 and 2019 models, they've switched it out to a different head unit. I can understand why. We've had some issues with it. So it's definitely something I would recommend changing out. We might look into that in the future, but it's definitely not very user-friendly. The backup camera and the driver side and passenger side cameras, those are really nice for backing into places, but it's, like I said, it's finicky. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't want to work when connecting to our phone, connecting to the radio, anything like that. So that's one thing that I have not been real happy about.
One thing, when we got in here, the Bluetooth speaker for when you're talking on your phone, I moved it to right up here. From the factory, they had it mounted down here. It was right here where my LED light switch is, but it was mounted right there. The mic being that low just was not picking up my voice really good for Bluetooth. So I took this panel off right here, it pops right off, just rewired it, ran it up the pillar, and put it right here. Now when people call me, I can go hands-free, and it picks up my voice much, much better. If you're gonna do some towing with your Greyhawk, make sure you get a brake module installed. They're real easy to do. Just gotta find the right kit for the harness. There's actually a plug that's way up underneath the dash. It'll plug right in, and then you just mount the brake module to your dash, just like I did here on ours. If you're gonna be towing anything heavy and your trailer has brakes, you're gonna need one of these. I see this question a lot on some of the Facebook groups about floor mats. I found these floor mats on Amazon. Check them out. They work out really nice. They're gonna catch the debris, sand, mud, all of that from in and out. They fit real nice, and you can get them in our description. Just click on the link for the floor mats. This is the driver's side here. I definitely recommend crawling underneath your RV with a bag of zip ties and some snips. I got under there and there's a ton of zip ties that they installed that they didn't even cut the extra leads off of. A lot of wires hanging down that could get caught up on stuff and ripped out. So spend a little time, get under there, tidy it up, get those wires that are hanging down, zip tie it up nice and clean, and it could save you a lot in the long run, because if you clip something or go over a curb, you never know what could happen. You could tear some wiring out and lose some vital things that you need on your camping trip. So make sure you do that. That's one thing highly recommend, and I know a lot of other Greyhawk people recommend it as well. Well, that covers about everything that we have found so far in the 6 months we've had our Greyhawk that we've liked about it, disliked about it. Check out one of my other videos. It has all the things that we bought to carry in our RV. So all those little things that help you out on your trips, things that you need to be prepared for, tools, all of that. I'm gonna make a whole nother video just about that. So check that video out on our YouTube channel and keep watching for more great experiences.